So the first thing, before even using the Revit file, we need to understand the schematic view of the building. So we're going to turn this wonderful hand drawing to something more professional, maybe, that we have here. But the elements are the same. Well, are the same. Let's copy this one. Do we have a boiler? We don't have a boiler. So this is not here. We do have a domestic hot water tank connected to solar collectors. Okay, so that's the cold water supply. We feed the tank, we have solar panels, and we have these solar collectors. And from this, we go to the fixtures. Is there anything connected to the air handling unit? No, we don't have anything connected to the air handling unit. Probably we are going to need this three-way valve, but not here, because the air handling unit is just so we have this element on the roof. And what we have here, we have ducts. So we have a supply duct connected to a supply diffuser. I'm going to make it red, and there will be a supply diffuser. Okay, so this is the supply ductwork, and there will be a return ductwork here, and that return, I will use another color. So that's supply and that's return. So this is what we have when it comes to the air handling unit, nothing else. Then we have split units. So I'm going to open this one. That's the split unit. Insert text box. Split indoor unit. If you remember in that schematic view, I think I painted this as a green object. Okay. And now we have a heat pump here. So there's a heat pump. There's a heat pump on the roof. Let's use this color. And there is refrigerant fluid connecting both. So we have to do this with refrigerant fluid. And I'm going to turn it green. There you go. Okay, so we have split units and this. For the supply, the warm air supply in the split unit, we have those ducts. Here, and we have a return through the plenum. Okay, so there's a return air here, and we have this plenum space, and the split is connected. So what's left? Just the other, the electric water heater connected to this tank. Okay, so I'm going to copy this tank. There should be a connection between the two tanks. like this. And this is an electric water heater. And we don't even need this. So we can introduce more elements. If you want to introduce the expansion tank, so I'm sure that there should be an expansion tank here and another expansion tank there. There were a lot of expansion tanks in the building, if you remember. Why are they? Because there were more than one water heater. Probably there was more than one tank. Anyway, so there were a few of these, but it doesn't matter. If we don't have power enough with one water heater, we would need another one. If we have to increase the volume, instead of having a huge water tank, probably it's cheaper having two smaller water tanks there. That this is the schematic view. We're not talking about how many solar panels we have. We're connecting blocks with solar panels with a domestic hot water tank here. That would be the domestic hot water tank. So this is the schematic view of this building. Okay, so now if we have this in mind, you know that in every room we have a split unit. We need a heat pump connected to each split unit here. And the solar panels, you know where the solar collectors are. They are on that building. And you know where the domestic hot water tank is. It's on the mechanical room. So you know everything. We have to do the ducts for heating and ventilation and the split units and the heat pumps. And when we are done with this, we are working only with 1/3 of the building, but you all have to do the supply and the drainage. Okay, so we know the restrooms. So when we are done with the heating and cooling and ventilation, we will have to work with the pipes and drainage. So that's why it's better, you'd better do this quickly, because the last 2 weeks after the Thanksgiving on Friday, I will be explaining how to deal with the pipes and the drainage system of this building. So this should be get done as soon as possible. But that's the schematic view. If we want to do this in a different way, you can use this. So a heat pump is not just a block. You can insert like a real thing if you feel more comfortable using real stuff. So we can do this. What about the air handling unit? The air handling unit, I have a picture here, but I don't like it. Okay, we do have thermal panels. A domestic hot water tank. Are there any water tanks here? It should be. Okay, we can use this one. We do have expansion tanks here too. So they're expansion tanks. We do have water pumps like this. So the water pump should be every time we have to pump water, there should be a water pump. Yeah, so that makes sense. Should be either before or after the expansion tank. But okay, so little by little, you can include all the elements that we need in this system. And I don't know if you like this, it's good. At least I can understand that, you know, if you see a heat pump, you can You can see what it is. And I would appreciate, because you have been there, you have been on the building, you have taken pictures. So if you could insert the picture that you have taken on that building, that would be great. Because that will make me understand that you know in this building what an expansion tank is, the domestic hot water heater, the solar panels. Okay, so you have been there, you have taken pictures. Blocks are okay. So as if you have rectangles, that's fine with me. But if you can insert here the pictures of the building, the pictures that you took of the actual building, that would be perfect. Okay. So that's the first thing that you have to include in the final presentation. On the final presentation, we're going to have the schematic view. Second, the layout of the ductwork of the building. Third, everything that is related to pipes and drainage. So there will be these 3 components. And you have to submit a PowerPoint presentation, the same thing you did for the midterm, but on this building, on the TDS building.